my god, so she was gonna have to get the feeding tube back in, but they cut her some fucking slack because she's a baby. And then she took all of her feeding, so she might be home this weekend. Maybe. But she's fucking bamboozled us before, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Amelia, you need to act right.
Man, when they let you out, it's gonna be so weird. You're gonna be like, really?
Like, you're just gonna give me this baby?
I know. I don't know what to do with this thing.
No, actually, that's been the nice thing. I wish that our baby didn't have to spend weeks in the NICU, but we've had just coaches there the whole time. Like, I know all sorts of shit about this baby that I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, kind of like handing it, like doing some training, like on-the-job training before you got to do it on your own.
It's been awesome because I'm like, shit, I can't get her to eat the way I'd like, and I hit the call light, and they're like, you're holding her like an idiot.
Stop holding her by her feet
listen,
and dunking her in a jar of mayonnaise.
Like,
That's
this is how you swaddle that baby.
You babies can't eat turkey and Swiss on rye. They have to have milk.
Like, but look at her, she loves it. She loves the Swiss on rye. It's her favorite.
It's like the baby covered in peanut butter. They're like, that feel good?
I remember like getting out of the car and being like, what are we supposed to do with that thing?
I'm at a point in my life where all I'm doing is watching Vine compilations on YouTube. And so if you see me referencing like fucking shit from years ago,
that's why.
I'm on that 2015 tip.
It's a good year. Better than 2017 in my opinion.
Vines are so good, and I'm sad that it didn't like make actual money.
I know, because it was perfect.
Yeah,
they must have just fucked up, right? Because I mean,
they didn't do a good job monetizing it, but people used it and like made really funny shit on it. It just there wasn't really any good way of like
monetizing it.
Money. Yeah, because it was only used for goofs.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see the one with the coach from Boston College? He's like standing in the stadium and he's like, "What's better than this? Guys being dudes." It's like literally down the road from us, and it's probably one of my favorite vines. Other than the guy going,
one of my favorites right here.
Wow.
So I just sent it.
I gotta watch that shit on my phone because I have a headache. Tim gave me liqueurs.
Uh-oh. What kind?
He made a concoction.
Of what?
He like what was in it, Tim?
Jameson, honey whiskey, and rye whiskey, orange.
Oh, I've seen that one. That one's really good. That was very good. I'm gonna be right back.
Oh. What did you make, Michael? Oh, go ahead.
I have some straight whiskey.
Ooh. Go hard or go home.
Well, not straight, I guess. It's on the rocks. I was gonna say the best part about that episode we just did.
What?
This guy
is that we got through like one bullet point. Yes.
So you didn't have to do too much.
Nice. I got like next week or next time. It's probably all said too. What's that, Bachmann?
That video that I sent. That is what I want. That's the kind of father I want to be. All those vines are so good. He's just such a dick to his kid.
What?
I guess I'm back.
Was that his mom?
No, yeah, not that one. I sent another one.
Oh, the second one?
Hugo already drew the airship. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Holy
I
crap.
RT'd it.
That's better than I would have expected. And look how big Aludra and her titties are. They're like a story big.
If you jump, that's it. You're grounded. Let's go.
Oh, gross.
I would definitely throw a bag of Doritos away from a child.
We've entered the just watching Vines together portion.
I love where he's like,
Five?
can I have a
minutes
lick?
and
And then he just crunches the whole sucker.
Five
what grape
minutes and
suckers, you know they
42
don't have more.
seconds defeat the purpose of Vine.
Yeah. Well, it's just like a 280 character tweet, Michael. It's...
Oh my god! I'm sorry. Videos of kids getting their comeuppance.
what they deserve for being a child.
I mean, the dad just threw his basketball and then he tripped over his fucking scooter.
Gavin, stop it. Jesus Christ.
Hey, can we have a serious moment for a second? Just one.
Oh, it's that kid.
That kid! He's on everything!
If you jump, you're grounded. If you jump, that's it. You're grounded. Let's go. Are you giving a sip of your Capri Sun to the lizard?
Drink it.
It makes me real nervous with that kid holding a lizard.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
That kid's like famous. Does the kid know he's famous?
Oh!
Sneezed all over you. You aren't even trying.
It's too big.
Try harder. Oh, I can have a lick? Oh, thank you for your sucker.
What did you want to say?
He's just a dick to his kid with his big house.
Oh!
I'm gonna sneeze. Is that your girlfriend? It is?
Right here.
Okay, I'm gonna go get the lizard, but you need to sit right there, don't move, and keep smiling until I get back, okay?
You know what? I never saw this kid before. I always saw his pictures.
That's why I don't tell you what to say in bounds, because I can't understand.
I thought he had web.
Okay, let him go. Alright.
Catch another fish.
What was your favorite part
Gavin,
about
I
going
need
to
you over here tomorrow to make a
Oh my god,
vine.
this is 5 minutes long.
You believe in time travel?
Did he bite you?
Why does it not bite harder?
Yeah, but that's a lot of money.
Seriously
right
though, did the lizard bite you in that one vine?
Yes.
And you lied about it.
Yes.
What phone does he have?
No.
I'm gonna get beer.
Honey, that's a flyer for lawn service.
I'm not really making.
What did you want to say?
Dad.
I'm not your dad. What?
Hey, Daddy's not making me a gift.
I can't look at this anymore. I didn't know that kid was like aware of his name done.
What is
Hey, I'm
happening?
lesbian.
I have to stop it.
Yeah, no more. Please be done with the vines.
I switched to a new Vines until Bachmann gets back. If your name is Junior and
You have to make more beautiful art like the last one.
My friends and I love this dance called the Nene, and so whenever we hit it, it gets pretty crazy.
Okay.
Shut up! Shut up!
I don't condone
What's
anything
your
that
name?
might pop up here. by the way.
Nathaniel,
So-
do you understand me? Oh,
What?
If anything gets weird in this best of Vines
If anybody ever tell you you
compilation,
look like Beyonce,
Nah, they usually tell me I look like Shalissa.
who the fuck is that?
Me, nigga.
Do we want to start recording again, my friends?
Yeah. Let's do it.
That's a good one.
I've been drunk
Yeah,
before.
my clothes.
Woo! All right, let's do it again, baby. All right,
Okay.
wait. Let's do it better than the last one. If it's not better, there's no
Let's
fucking point.
put lightning in a bottle again.
Final Fantasy 13 X3, lightning in a bottle. Why didn't they call it that?
Oh, that could be the episode.
There we go.
Just us talking about fucking Final Fantasy 13.
I don't know anything about
Three?
Final Fantasy. Everyone's got spiky hair.
Yes. One episode.
Oh my god, that's very full, Tim.
I fucked up. Good night.
Oh, no.
Does everyone have Audacity open?
I have it too
Yes.
open and I can't make it not. Whoa. We're gonna get kicked off Twitch.
Guys, please.
She
I
was.
was afraid. I was just drinking the drink. Because it's too full to pick up. It'll spill.
Yeah, it does. It'll fucking spill, baby.
Guys, the rest of this Yin Yang Twins song is very bad.
Oh, it's very.
You know oh my god, the Lonely Island version, right? I'll show you my penis.
Wow. the Bing Bang Twins.
Yeah, the Bing Bang Twins. Yeah.
Yeah, that song's not very good.
On go.
I brought. Ooh,
Yes. I'm ready.
I'm drunk.
3, 2, 1, go. We're
Shit.
recording.
I went on one because you said 3
You guys are
twice.
dumb as fuck.
Do we need to restop?
We stopped. Oh, you drunk too?
Oh, it's drunk zone.
Should we start? We want to do it again?
Yeah, I guess. Let's
Kinda
do it
wanna
again.
save me.
I didn't
Screaming,
fucking
you dumb as fuck.
I'm just gonna stop.
But
Get
I'm gonna
out.
say it again.
Get out of here. Okay.
Okay. On go. 3. That's right.
I need to be heart palpitation. Does everyone have the right microphone selected?
On go.
Better.
3, 2, 1, go. We're recording.
Recording. Michael, you said 3 the same way 3 times, and it really fucked me up.
Yeah, it sounded like a weird computer glitch.
It was my internet.
Are you guys getting drunk?
I'm getting rowdy up in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tim's pouring drinks to the very top of the glass.
I don't know what ice is.
They wouldn't put a top to it if they didn't want the drink to go all the way up there.
I mean, that's a good point.
I don't know what ice is. Please don't call me ISIS. Gonna pour my drinks in. Then I get.
Oh, Tim, you're not good at rapping.
I'm so good at rapping.
Guys, I don't understand this. Have your legs open all into butt? Is one of the lines?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean?
It's when a lady forwards her legs forward like a very confusing transformer toy that has to move its legs
Right.
wrap around.
She's got wheels on her
She has
calves.
to fold from her anus, and
No.
I mean, you know, it's essentially the lotus position, but for the butt.
It's where your perineum is above the waistline in a weird way.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this next one should be
All right, then.
really weird. So
Great.
I'm gonna see. Here's my goal for this episode is to see how many times I can say the word perineum.
Oh, I really.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't like to.
what's
I don't like
the
thinking about that existing.
what's the surgery where they
No, it doesn't exist. I'm not talking about it.
Oh, right.
Blah. It's fake.
My mom had that.
Oh, an episiotomy.
Episiotomy. Yeah, my sister-in-law had that, and I tell the story anytime I can because I was in the room, as I will also tell anytime I can.
Why were you in the room for your sister-in-law's birth?
It's real weird.
It is weird, but basically I came to handle essentially social media / I've never said out loud before, and that is very weird. Basically,
Social media manager.
Hey, are there vines of your sister-in-law's?
yeah, well, that's the percent that's got teeth.
Episiotomy.
No, I basically.
Haha, she pooping.
She's pooping. That's her butt. Looks like a porky pig. But it looked like no. I was running interference with the family. It's probably the 2007 way of saying that, or 2010.
You were because the thing is where they all their family is not right there. So Tim was like keeping people informed, like, all right, things are going well.
Primarily through Facebook and stuff like that. So I was there for like 8 hours, and she was in labor for 1,000,000 hours. So she eventually was like just done, and my brother was like, "You can come in if you want," because she's just been in this shitty lobby for 12 hours. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. And then
Do you think that was a prank on your brother-in-law's part to be like, I'm gonna get you to come in here and
Tim's like, okay.
Well, Vine didn't exist at that point, so
They weren't afraid of it ending up on Vine.
Yeah, and he wasn't a jackass guy. He didn't puke very well. He puked a lot because of Lanning.
Oh wait, is this
Y'all do love to puke.
I do.
Oh.
I haven't done it for a while. But like tonight. But
Please
we
don't.
basically just I don't remember why I'm telling the story, but basically she was so tired she didn't care. My brother probably wanted someone in the room that wasn't a doctor or a screaming lady, and brought me in. And then, as I always like to say, when my sister-in-law was birthing, the man cut her, and he said, "I'm just snipping my fingernails," and that will stick with me until like I could have extreme like brain diseases, and that will be there. I will not remember. Like I'll remember my childhood friend Andy's phone number and the time that a doctor snipped my sister-in-law's vagina.
Wait, is this your brother's wife?
My brother's wife. Not my
Well,
sister.
we all met.
I would not do this with my sister. Which I guess is not that different, but I wouldn't do it with my sister, no.
It's different.
It is
It
different.
is different. It is
Let's
different.
start the podcast.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys that at the college there's like the main people like who are actually attending classes are the M2s, and then when they get to like
Best
M3s, they're spending time over at the hospital, and so definitely like there was a guy in the room during the birth of my firstborn child, where the last time that I had interacted with him was to reset his fucking email password, and I was like, this is weird for
Seriously?
me,
You
but
Better do
okay.
it right. You owe me.
And his last emails were like, "How do you deliver a baby?" Oh
Oh
Great.
boy,
Okay, then. Let us begin.
rough and rowdy.
Would you
Greetings.
If on Amazon Prime, if I threw up right now, I'm sorry. If you got Amazon Prime, give us Twitch Prime. I'm gonna throw up. Go ahead. We're gonna cry again this episode.
Oh boy, this is for other reasons. Okay. Greetings, adventurers. You have joined us for another episode of the Drunks and Dragons podcast. I am your dungeon master, Michael DiMauro, and with me is Tim Lanning,
Hey everybody, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
Nika Howard,
Oh, I was not ready for this. I was just thinking about what I was going to say, and it involved episiotomies, and I don't like that.
Jennifer Cheek,
Hey everybody, I wish we weren't talking about episiotomies for some reason.
and Mike Bachmann.
Perineum, that's one.
No.
You'll find out soon enough, but this is the second episode when the first episode was essentially a third episode, so this is like an eighth episode.
We are getting really wild and weird up in here tonight. Wet, wild, and weird.
What wild.
I
I will say,
it was very emotional.
yeah, I will say that as a
You laughed, you
listener,
cried.
that the last episode was, to date, my favorite episode to listen to, other than the Harper focused flashbacks, which were just about me. That was art, but Kai was there too.
Yeah.
It was good.
But no, you guys did great, and I won't. I'm drunk enough to be serious. That was
Please
very
praise
great.
me.
Appreciate it. I, as a human who accidentally is too critical of things they do, when you do things with other humans, you can accidentally be too critical of the things you do with other humans. I just want to say you guys crushed it, and I'm very thankful to be on a podcast with you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you, Tim.
Cry
Stop
again.
hitting that mute button. It's too loud.
I'm sorry.
Slam
Get
that
the fucking dog away from the microphone.
Slam that mute button. And also, let me hear that accent snore. He's a good boy. I love him. Look at it.
Oh, it'll be in the previous episode. He did like twice.
Yeah, so we played 5th edition actual play Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and last episode we had neither Dungeons nor Dragons, but I thought it was good stuff.
Yeah.
One of
We
my
had to get
coworkers.
Yankee. That was close.
That's true.
It's true.
Well, we were in a cave.
One of my coworkers
So
found
true.
out that I do a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and today he asked me last week if I won.
What did you say?
Did you say yes? An
It doesn't really
Academy
work that
Award
way.
of podcasting.
Good times. I am terrified because now multiple of my coworkers know about this podcast, and if you were listening, I am very sorry.
Don't
Very
you
sorry.
apologize, Jennifer.
Yeah.
You are
Please
a
don't judge
gem
me.
and a fucking delight.
And that does make me think about us as a brand and going forward. It is weird because, we are, I don't want to say the greatest podcast ever made. And possibly the first podcast. I don't know.
Yeah.
But when we talk about such deep, heartfelt issues, some advertisers might think it's too real. So thank you so much to all of our listeners for helping us be the bedrock to our Stanley Slate. Where does
What?
where does
Okay, I was
What
like,
is Tim talking about?
okay, literally in my brain, I was like wanting to make a Flintstones joke. I'm like, Jennifer,
what's
you
his-
did
what's
that.
his- what's his boss
Tim would
name?
mock you, but then you did it.
Well, Flintstones made sense. The duck boat thing, I'm still mad about.
it's still correct.
like I was saying to Nika in between episodes, that was a great episode. And my favorite part is that when I'm looking at my planning document that I created before we started, we got about through one bullet. And so,
I mean, we literally
to me,
dropped Aludra off.
It's, Michael, we're here to help you.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to help you have a good time.
Dungeons and Dragons is a community storytelling podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I am drunk.
You need to cool it. Drink some water, buddy.
Oh no, do it. Keep drinking more.
People have been asking for a drunk episode.
Oh, here we are.
I am drinking whiskey.
Nice.
Nice. I'm drinking
Bob
whiskey
is
that I
drinking
made.
a beer because he's a dad.
He's mowing the lawn, building a deck.
It's a course.
Nice. Okay, you really are a dad.
All right, let's do it. Let's do our next best episode.
Okay, let's do it. Let's start it by rolling a d20, and then we can find out what happened in that last episode.
I got an 11.
Fuck, I did 15.
Idiot.
I got 12.
Jen Ritchie, you were so good at rolling for these.
Why is this happening?
It's a new character.
Yeah, I was gonna say, new character, new you.
Yeah, man. The great
Don't worry,
thing
people
is,
will say you're cheating in like a week.
I would never cheat.
Because
I don't want to win at this part. I don't want to do the recap. The great thing is we didn't really do much of anything last episode. We really we tricked out our boat. we tricked out our airship super good. There's definitely a lab in it. There's an extremely lux weight / boxing room for training. There's
burrito bar.
There's a burrito bar and a perilously large George Foreman grill, which was swapped out for a travel size one once we got to Deep Home. Yeah, there was a lot of boat designing that happened on the episode, and we got to Deep Home. Oh! More importantly, Cheryl had her baby.
Mm-hmm.
We all licked the baby.
Toby did not.
We did a good 15 minutes of baby licking.
Yeah, Steve really got us on that one.
You guys should have known when Steve didn't do it first. You normally would think if baby licking was a tradition, the father would want to be the first one to lick his baby.
I think that Aludra and Jaela were just so stressed by the entire thing that they weren't really thinking correctly.
And we do want to thank Wizard of the Coast for the baby licking Unearthed Arcana they just released, which helped us out.
Yeah, what
you
kind of
guys were
powers do you
stressed
get
out
from that?
after having to see Cheryl's perineum, so that's 2.
That's 2. That is 2.
That's a -1 to something, but I think that licking the baby gave a +1, so it's just normal, just back to normal. Yeah, we licked the baby. Cheryl.
I hope this isn't someone's first episode.
Oh shit!
If it is, welcome.
Don't start episode 1 and don't start here.
Yeah, no, you're. Listen, we don't have time to talk about where you need to start.
156.
I think 156 probably. So Cheryl and the baby are now along for the ride with us on the airship. The Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap, D4C. We went to Deep Home and we feasted and had a good time for a few days. Toby met not only Winston but Bucky and became good friends with Bucky.
Best friends.
Toby is a man now.
I'm a man now.
He's
Not
40
in the old biblical way, but
he's 40, so he's a grown up.
He's a virgin, is what I'm saying.
I'm
just a young man. I'm a 40-year-old young man.
But he has smoked a cigarette now.
I can buy cigarettes, and someone will give me a beer for my 30. You know what? Let's upgrade my weight. I am now 39 pounds.
He's up from 3'1" to 3'2", 3 feet 2 inches.
I gained an inch,
and he gained 2 pounds.
3 feet 2 inches, 39 pounds. He's all raw. Gnome.
He is the size of a husky corgi now.
Yes, I'm gonna go put my hat on.
Did he just go make another drink?
He's got his hat. He's put his hat on. He's prepared. He has the hat with a rat on it right now. He's wearing it.
Oh,
so
nice.
if you want to experience things like this, you got to come to the live stream.
Or you can come to Improv Boston last week.
That's true. Twitch.tv/GeeklyInc. We generally record every other Thursday, but our schedules will be very fucked up for the next bit, so you're just going to have to watch that Twitter.
Yeah, this Thursday will be every other Thursday, but for the next 3 months it will not.
It's very fucked up. Yeah, so we went to Deep Home, we feasted, and then Aludra and Jaela had a really emotional little moment together where they said goodbye. Oh, and also the other important thing is that Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap now has Aludra's titties in the front of it.
Yeah.
That's everything important that happened in the episode.
Your darling son on Twitter did a very good fan art that I think is canon now.
Hugo, that good shit. You are so fast.
Yeah.
So fast.
Too fast.
Too fast, in my opinion.
I love it.
Magical.
You're too powerful.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, you guys are now flying in the D4C. And if we all know our map of Drunkeros by heart, I'm sure.
Which we do.
Mm-hmm. Deep Home sits at the entrance of a large body of water where it connects to and I'm not 100% sure this is what they're actually called, but I believe they're called the Razorback Mountains, which is the northern mountain range in our area.
Yeah, they run from
that is. I think that is correct.
Norhall to the west to whatever else to the east.
Mm-hmm. And if you go east, eventually you will hit the Crypt of Sino the Red, which no one on this airship has ever been to.
We have not.
God
Players
damn,
have been here probably twice, but none of the players have. So it's all new to you guys.
Wow, I've heard of it. What, Jaela, are you sure we're gonna be fine when we go to the crypt? I mean, I know the Raven Queen is giving you hot tips, but can she be trusted?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine. And I'm sure, like, I don't know, maybe we'll get some extra help or something along the way.
That's
you just gotta trust.
That's a little more flip than I would care for. I'm just thankful you're not whispering at me. Winston, my man, how's the bearing?
Burn, heading straight east there, Master Toby. Mm-hmm.
Don't call me master, but I like to hear it. Perfect.
Okay.
Jaela, can you do me 2 flavors? 1,
of course,
follow me, and 2, don't whisper. And then Toby is going to bring Jaela to the back of the ship behind the forecastle, and he is.
Did you just look up stuff about where ships, like what parts of the ships are what?
No, just from Game of Thrones.
Okay.
This is
I was
where
like, Tim's like furiously googling this in between episodes. Like, I
You
gotta
see
know about ships.
It's canon that once we start streaming,
Poop
I
deck.
can't touch my keyboard. So
I thought maybe you went.
Why not?
Oh, word.
Well,
Well, if you were listening last episode, you would realize I said forecastle a couple times. That's where I put your rock wall. So I bring Jaela, or I ask Jaela to go back there, and Toby still is dressed in his more or less same outfit. He didn't really upgrade it. He looks, for those of you who don't remember, the easiest way to think of it is he looks like Vivi from Final Fantasy IX. What his outfit does. And he brings Jaela back to behind the forecastle where a lot of Aludra's workout equipment and things like that is. And he takes off his big blue coat, and underneath it he is wearing a very simple dark gray tank top with his scrawny... Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if it was like, oh shit. Okay, never mind. I can't think of an appropriate way to ask if it is this type of tank top. Is it a type of tank top that someone might wear?
If they hated their wife.
Yes, yeah, okay.
It is not.
No.
It is not that,
Oh,
no. It is maybe a weird tank top you buy at a Gap on a sale.
Okay.
Toby looks at you and he kind of like shakes himself out and he goes, Jaela, this is going to be kind of hard for me, but... And he picks up a wooden practice sword. He's like, I want you to train me in the martial arts. Yeah!
Okay. So you're saying you want a montage? Cue montage where it's just hours of them fighting. Pew, pew, pew,
And Jaela like fucking kicking Toby's ass, and he falls off the boat at one point, and she picks him up, and the griffin swoops down. I assume we have 2 griffins at this point, Michael. I think we have 2 griffins, but we have a bay for 6.
Don't you
You
have
have
your normal
3.
Well, I'm giving you something to work with as a gift. 3 total bays at the current setup. We have Peter and Bruno Mars, and we don't know what the other ones are.
Ivy Blue Moon. Sparkle could have been one.
Sparkles. Here's the other one.
Yeah, but the main thing I want to get out before we get to the actual story is Toby wants to start practicing martial-based fighting techniques with Jaela. His downtime is he's going to try to figure out how to cast haste and enlarge with Steve.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she would definitely train him like whenever he wanted to. She would let him, she would not go easy on him, but points where he was good, she would let him get a hit in so that he knew like the right things he was doing.
Thank you.
And kind of positive reinforcement.
But he is also 42 pounds, so you'd fucking throw him around.
Excuse me, 39 with a strength of 8. Thank you.
Oh, I crush him. No.
My dex is 14, which is not good, but still.
That's decent. It's all right.
It's, if you're a commoner. Yeah, that's like a lithe person who works at a barn.
14 is very good for a commoner.
Is there an Elder Scrolls style like tabletop system where you can just learn whatever the fuck you want and get better at it just by doing it?
There is actually, and it's
I'm
called
sure.
Dungeons and Dragons. You can
there's like other ones.
Yeah, there are, but
they're skill based.
But you can talk to your DM and be like I don't ever anticipate my strength or my dex to go up, but you can bullshit RP things and get like proficiencies. So
and Toby could also just decide when he levels up next that he multi-classes and gets a level in fighter instead of wizard.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, but it's just in terms of like getting your stats and shit to go up.
Yeah, there's a bunch of skill-based ones where you can just sort of put points into what you want to put points into.
Yeah. And there is sort of like a conceit for downtime where if you want to train, it's not really for, unless you're like, all I'm doing at downtime is lifting weights, dude. I'm a wizard. I'm lifting weights. I'm getting yoked.
Typically that's for, I know that you can do that for hit points and skill points, but I don't think it changes stat scores.
Yeah, there's no, that would be like way too powerful because you only get like 3 in your entire, 3 or 4 in your entire run.
Yeah, like 4.
Yeah, so you would have to be incredibly focused in your character. Like, I would like 1 point, and all I'm going to do is change my 8 to a 9. So, yeah.
And why would you?
Anyway. So y'all are flying along. Days are going by. You're going way faster than you normally would, but it's still a long trip.
Were you saying that everything was going so slow because of Aludra's giant grill?
That grill is definitely slowing you down.
Well, and
You're welcome.
And isn't that a fun way to talk about Aludra's giant titties?
Aludra grill.
My titties.
Captain, our front keeps crashing into the ground. We will not get rid of the bust. I'm sorry. And that was my Winston impression.
That was good. So as you're flying along, you notice that the there's first you fly to deep home. There's like a bunch of farms and stuff like that. You're really far north, so this is it's not a populous region. They're not all people up here. Mm-hmm. But you see a bunch of farms and stuff like that, and then you just kind of go into wilderness. And then as you keep flying along, it just starts getting more and more desolate until you hit a point where you're essentially just like flying along this sort of barren wasteland.
Are we talking like Taiga barren, meaning not Siberia, but some?
Man, there's a word I haven't thought of in a long time.
I did a project on it.
No.
I didn't hear you, Bachmann. I'm sorry.
I said, are we talking Jennifer Cheek Barren?
Absolutely. Just dry and dusty as the day is long.
And it seems unnatural, I would say.
Just like my wife.
So it is unnatural.
No, that's what I was talking about.
There is a lich.
It's fucked up.
It's important to let people know that she made that goof earlier, and I'm not just like out of nowhere.
He's just not dogging on me from my fucked up womb.
Thanks, breeder, for rubbing it in. And are we allowed to say breeder? I can't quite tell if that's offensive.
It's probably not nice.
It's not nice. Just like
my
Bible
old
beater is not
roommate
nice.
used to call people that all the time.
Or born agains is not nice.
We love the babies of our friends. I just am all set on my own.
I don't.
Amelia's cool. Did you not see her with her little glasses on? She's cool.
I find it a personal attack against me. And Jaela, when I read the novelization by Old Man Weck, Crypt of Cena the Red is supposed to be flourishing. King Harper himself said, "While I'm pretty sure it's no longer canon that I threw that apple pit in Aludra's brother's grave, that being said, there is a nice copse of apple trees. You can't prove anything. Get this microphone on my fucking face." So where's that? Are you sure you're going the right way?
I mean, everything that I've heard about liches is that they're dead and everything around them is dead. So, yeah. But, I mean, you read a lot more than I do.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything, but that was like day one stuff. That was like a zombie. You know what? A zombie has bones. And I'm glad that you said it first, so it's not rude that I said it.
I mean, what else do you know about this, Toby? Do you know where it is?
Well, I've studied many maps, and I don't want to brag, but sure, I know it generally where 14 different accounts say Scene of the Red Crypt is. That being said, only 4 of them agree.
Well, Aludra had been to the Crypt of Scene of the Red, so she could have provided you with a map.
Man, that would have been really fucking good to ask her for, wouldn't it?
I'm sure well, that being said,
bad. She's not around anymore.
let me talk to her breasts where let
me whisper in her titties.
Can they be sentient stones?
I'm assuming, I mean, I don't want to,
I'm sure we talked about it at some point, right?
Yeah,
you
guys,
choo-choo, right?
I assume in the weeks between Tidtown and Deep Home, then Deep Home here, I'm assuming Toby's little personal library, he would have gotten out as many books on liches as it could.
Right.
And I acquired 5 new books
Research
from
was
Deep
done.
Home. Only 5. And, I'm not super close to finding the Tome of Knowledge or whatever the fuck it's called, but I feel closer than I was. And the hole in my heart, which was Nareev disappeared, and that library that he wanted to check out is gone.
It's tough.
It is tough. Well,
why don't you...
I think we're going the right way. I mean, Aludra, she said a lot of things I didn't understand, but Winston understood it, and please don't tell Winston I didn't understand it. I don't need that right now.
Toby, why don't you roll and investigate for me?
I would love to. Ooh, I almost lost my d20. Okay. I know technically this is not what's happening, but can I put on my investigation glasses for it?
Sure.
Thank you. Fuck! I rolled a 4 and then I rolled a 5. So I got a total of 15. Not great.
Okay, well, a 15 is good enough to, you look through your books, and what you basically come up with on liches in general is that typically it was a lich was once a powerful wizard.
Ooh.
And they did shit, and that shit caused them to give up their mortal life in exchange for an undead immortal life.
Michael, can I be rude and ask the rest of the cast to take the headphones off?
Fuck.
Sure.
I live in this house. I have to go somewhere else?
No, you can stay. You actually don't.
Are you asking if you can become a lich later?
No.
I guess I'm gonna stay.
Jennifer can stay because I talked to her about it. But if
I
Bachmann
already
and
know
that's
things.
rude.
I'm his wife.
yeah,
All right, Bachmann, and you can take your headphones off.
Get out.
I consult with Toby 2 and Boris. The closer we get to the Lich stronghold.
Yes.
Toby.
What can I help you with? I am Boris.
Boris, Toby 2, and Toby 1 go into Toby's captain's quarters. They walk up to a bust that looks like Jet's dad. It's not Jet's dad. The whole point is to throw off the scent of Jaela. And Toby points in like a complicated rune, bullshit. And then he looks at what is inside this little hutch. Inside the hutch, Toby now knows the spell Clone. Clone is a level 8 necromancy. And the closer that he gets to the Crypt of Scene of the Red, and the more that Jaela keeps sprouting off her Raven Queen bullshit, he basically is taking more and more like effort to make sure like it's working, and he's consulting with Boris to make sure that it takes 120 days for him to grow a clone, and so right now he just wants to check with Boris, because Boris was not an illusion wizard. He was more of a jack of all trades. So Toby is not, and he's basically like, is this looking right? This isn't gonna like act weird with a lich, right?
Yes. What body part did you cut off to create this clone?
Thank you, Boris. This was one of the worst days of my life, and I actually have been hurt very badly. I took a lot of my winnings of, well, we didn't really get paid a lot for saving the Earth, which is really strange. I didn't really care for. But I used some credit, and I used some of my birthday money, and I hired a cleric to stand behind me because I didn't want Jaela to know. And well, they cut off my big finger, which was enough square inches of skin, and that was enough. And then he regrew it, and it hurt like hell, and I hated it. But it was just my finger, Boris. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. It looks like big finger, is why I ask.
Okay,
it is it's growing to look like big finger. I assume it will look more like a Toby eventually.
Right. It starts a big finger, then in 19 days, it looks like a Toby?
Yes. This is dark for you, Toby. Why do you do this?
Well, I've been reading all the great stories, and all the great stories end in the hero dying, and Boris, I'm not ready to die, and I feel like I'm thrust into this position. I'm not ready for it. I'm but 40 years old.
I understand, but do you want a thing worse than death, is what I ask. Because this, I feel, is the way you're going.
Every tome I've read on this, it's not worse than death. As soon as me, right here, this Toby here dies...
Clone is fine, but then you're not happy with clone. What is the next step?
Oh. What? Why would I not be happy with a clone?
Well, you use clone works, and then you realize, hey, I was so scared. I almost died. It could happen again, and then you want to become a lich.
Oh. Well, my 1,000-year plan was just to cut off a finger every, 120 years and just keep cloning myself.
Just be careful, is all I say. And this looks great. Good job. Good spell.
Thank you. A lich wouldn't... I heard Jaela laughing somewhere, and I didn't like it. And a lich wouldn't be like, oh, I feel you. Any bullshit like that? I mean...
I'm sure none of them think they're doing very bad stuff when they do it, but hey, you be you.
No, I mean specifically about would they detect my finger baby? And...
Oh, I see. Maybe. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Oh, golly. Alright, anyways. Bye!
Okay.
Let's do
Talk to you later.
Wave the hand thing. Let everyone know we're ready again.
Sorry, I saw a picture of Keegan's ass, and it made me...
You got that tattoo yet?
No, he does not. It was from April, but he retweeted it, and he threw his blanket up, and he said...
Oh, that's just funny.
That's a good one. He did a magic trick.
If I didn't have so many zits on my ass, I would retweet my ass constantly.
You gotta start toning that shit. Like, use a facial toner.
Yeah, toner.
I was like...
Not like, don't like do squats, but do squats.
I should do squats.
So Toby does some real shady shit and goes off on his own and then comes back.
How dare you?
And he explains that what he's learned is that What he's learned is that liches, once powerful wizards, who did some dark necromantic shit, so that when they died, much like a Voldemort and a Horcrux, their souls would be trapped on Earth, so that they basically couldn't die. And so, phylactery. Yeah, they create what is essentially called a phylactery, which contains their soul, and as long as that exists, they can't die. So if you kill its body, then it'll just essentially regrow next to the phylactery.
Oh, but I've seen this. We can kill it with a basilisk tooth.
Right. Yes.
And the phylactery thing is bad. That's very bad. I don't like it.
You just find the phylactery and kill it, and then go kill the lich.
Yeah. Sure. And their soul is destroyed, so it's
Toby, you're a wizard, aren't you?
I am a wizard. Thank you very much. I'm one of the most powerful wizards, not in the realm, but I am one of the smartest. Thank you.
Do you want to become a lich?
My goodness, no! I do not want to become a lich. That is abhorrent. That is simply put rude and against the it's an affront to the academic approach of knowledge.
Is it possible for just a good dude to want to become a lich and just be a good dude still?
Probably not, Steve.
Dude.
Why not?
Well,
why not?
I don't know.
One of the other things is you do have to sacrifice somebody else's soul.
Oh, that's the one. That's it. I forgot about that.
To create the phylactery. And then you have to keep doing that every few years or whatever.
What if you sacrifice? Oh God, I got this. What if you sacrifice bad people?
Oh, or what if you're two parts of like a crime-fighting duo, and the only way for you to save the world is for one of you to become a lich, and one sacrifices himself so that the other one can be a lich, and then he's just a good dude forever.
But then he'd have to re-up every few years with another person's soul.
Well, that's the price you got to pay.
That's the price you got to pay. Well, yeah, Steve, that seems like a some sort of bargain that you don't quite want. Listen, Jaela seems to have her head on straight. I think whatever we're about to face is not going to be chill. But I've read several books about it, and Deep Home had a tome about dwarven liches, which was very, very scary. Jaela, I'm not sure if that's what this is, but the way that dwarves connect with magic, man, I hope it's not a dwarf.
The way you're talking about it makes it sound like it's going to be a dwarf.
Well, sorry, I was just trying to give a little color. Oh, look, there's the crypt!
You do not see the crypt yet.
Sorry, I just wanted Jennifer to be able to talk again.
I'm all right. I'm biding my time. I'm enjoying it.
I'm
learning how to be a ranger.
So you guys have your little team meeting, and then, I don't know, is Toby still training with Jaela?
Yep, every day.
All right, so Tony.
I do too.
His name is
Tony.
His name is Tony now because he's been training so much.
All right, call me Tony when I have a staff.
He's wearing short shorts. He's got his tank top on.
Yeah.
He's carrying around a gallon jug full of protein drinks.
Let me carry around Bachmann's dad's toilet Gatorade and drink it. And
really
let me
make
see.
it go down smooth.
Toby, even though he's a gnome, who are not typically hairy, is starting to grow in a little bit of a slight mustache and goat, and his belly button has just a kiss of a happy trail. And there is a picture of him just chugging on some friggin'
muscle milk.
Now, Michael, how many strength points do I get for that? 4?
0. So you guys finish your training session. It's you have dinner, and it's getting late, and so you walk back to your cabins, and Jaela says goodnight to Toby.
Good night.
And then Jaela is walking the rest of her way back to her cabin, and I'm going to ask everyone to take their headphones off, but Nika.
Shit.
Dang.
If I'd known I was going to spend the whole episode with my headphones off, I would have gone to bed.
So you're walking back to your room, your cabin, and you can you roll a perception for me?
Sure. Ooh, okay. Okay, I rolled a 13, and I have a 7 to perception, so a 20.
You hear crying.
Does it sound like familiar crying?
It doesn't. It actually sounds, with a 20, I would say you're pretty sure you hear a child crying.
I'm confused. I initially think it's Toby, but I follow the sound.
Okay. You see a small figure crouched in the corner, and it's kind of just, crying. And as you stay, I don't know, do you approach, stand there confused? What do you do?
She'll probably stay maybe like a good 6 feet back, like far enough back that she can react if need be, but also close enough that she can like interact with it and just be like, hello? Are you okay?
So first you think it looks like a little girl. But then it turns around and looks up at you and says, and you can see that it's actually a boy, but he's wearing almost a sort of like dress-like cloak that looks unusual or old-fashioned or something. Okay. And he looks up at you and he says, can you help me? I'm lost.
Where are you from? How did you get on our ship, boat? I actually don't know what to call this.
He vanishes.
What the fuck?
And that's it.
Okay.
Everyone can put their headphones on now.
Bachmann, you have to come back. Jennifer isn't even looking.
I was playing Stardew.
Is it?
Oh man, can you play it on Vita too? Fuck.
No, you can't. You play it on
Switch.
Switch.
You're just playing on your. It looked like you're playing your Vita. What the fuck was I saying Vita for?
Yeah, Switch.
Okay. Mine has
the Switch in it.
Mine has beautiful colored things that are neon, so it look different.
A colored Switch is
fucking humble brag.
That I got in St. Louis. Best thing that ever happened there.
Best barbecue in the nation.
Yeah. So you guys go sleep, and next morning comes up.
Toby too. Here, not in the. Oh, he's not in the room again. Okay. Sure.
And you all see each other, and you can see up ahead.
We're eating eggs and burritos in honor
What's that?
of our queen.
I only eat burritos anymore.
It's fucked up. She has scurvy. Jaela, drink. Chomp on the slime.
Not happy.
No.
I will not eat that can of oranges.
I invented cans for you. Which again, I think a can full of gunpowder is not important. What do you see, my brother?
Winston comes up to you guys and goes, I do believe that we should reach there by tonight.
Cool.
Thanks,
Winston. Well, can you make me a list of everyone who's on boat?
Who's on boat?
Sure. It is everyone who's standing here right now, and then Toby's weird thing. What is
Toby?
it? Toby.
My simulacrum.
Toby too.
Toby too. Hey, Toby
is
too.
similar.
Toby too. Toby too.
Sam.
He's up there. He's up there looking at us, sharpening his fingernails. It's not that weird. Hi, Toby too.
Yes.
I wave. He does not wave back.
Okay.
And I do believe. There's Boris. There's Boris. He's coming in now. And
for the fan artists at home, Boris and Winston are OTP.
Oh, nice.
What does Boris look like?
Yeah, tell me about Boris.
I want actually Michael to do it because obviously he controls every NPC, but so rarely does he get to
He's really the heart and soul of Boris.
Yeah, he's really the heart and soul of Boris. I would feel like a charlatan.
Boris. How old is Boris? He's a student along with.
Yeah, he's probably like 19
Boris.
in human years.
No.
But what is he not human?
No, I thought he was human. 19 human years, and he is a human.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So he's very kind of spindly and clearly a wizarding type. His got a little bit of a receding hairline, and he has sort of a short beard. And I don't know.
Perfect.
He's
in my mind, Michael, I'm pretty sure you haven't watched this program, but if you've seen The Last Kingdom, he's the shitty dude who is the son.
God, yeah.
Have you watched it?
The one, yeah.
Okay, he's the dude. He's the shitty guy that is trying to fuck what's his nuts wife the whole time.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Slight spoilers. It doesn't involve for him. But he's the fuck boy. And that's what Boris looks like with a little bit more facial hair.
Boris off the fucking ship so bad now.
And he's the son of like. I'm gonna stop. I can't remember. I like The Last Kingdom.
It was so good. So good.
It's not so good. It's very weird, and I love it. It's very strange. I like it.
Is there any burritos left? I can't do his voice. I lost it.
Are you Transylvanian or?
It's a burrito made of human skin. It's fun.
He's Russian. His name is Boris, like the bear.
There you go.
And he wants a burrito.
Hey, Boris. Half your name is in this burrito. Here you go, brother.
I don't get your humor.
Sorry, you said you would be cool if you came, and you're doing this. That's fine. Anyways, we're gonna get there tonight, and Jaela, you said some weirdo is gonna help us, or what?
If they have time.
If they have Jaela.
What?
I know you're super cool, but you're very flip when it comes to plans.
What does that even mean?
You're 7 years old, and I thought you would be like,
hey, I'm Jaela. I saved the world 42 times.
And you're not. You're like, hey man, if the river runs where it goes, there are fish there. I don't even know what that means, and I made up the analogy. Is someone helping us?
Yeah, Toby, someone will definitely be there and they will help us and everything is going to be all right and we're going to slay the Lich and then we're going to go on and have more adventures.
Excuse me, Master Jaela.
Don't call her Master either. That makes me
weird
when you do that.
I didn't say that, Toby.
Can you make some room for Cheryl and the baby? Also, I forgot to list them, so maybe I'm not the best person.
Well, that's right. You haven't even said
to ask.
Half the people on this boat. I'm taking this as a personal offense.
Toby, could you help me out? Could you make a list of everyone that you have seen on this boat with descriptions of them?
That makes it feel like it's Jurassic Park 2 when the dinosaur comes to San Francisco or San Diego. I don't remember. Or the Jurassic Park.
Wait, I thought that the dinosaur, it was Jurassic Park 3 that he comes to the.
No, it's 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah.
Tim knows it's Jurassic
You're
Park.
probably
because 3's the one where they go and they get stuck like in the oh my god.
Excuse me, I don't know what you're
Winston,
talking
the adults are
about,
talking.
but there is a new mother here, and
she has a room, doesn't she?
She would like to eat a burrito. I think.
Cheryl can have all the burritos she wants.
I didn't approve of it because it made no sense to me.
Oh, Winston, don't you just stop? It's okay. I'll just stand over here with the baby and eat my burrito, and they don't have to make room for me.
Cheryl,
I don't want to be an imposition.
Cheryl, you won't be an inquisition.
No. Can we turn one of our
a little lightheaded because haven't eaten in a while?
Can we turn one of our
Cheryl, you eat these burritos, and Jaela gives her like a stack of like 5 breakfast burritos.
Listen. It's my ship. I stole it. I declare that one of our 4 burritorisseries is going to turn into Cheryl's room. And then one of the other 4 burritorisseries is going to turn into a nursery. Right?
I thought we already had a room for her set out.
Well,
yeah,
so did I, but obviously she's starving to death, so we didn't.
She's starving, so she just needs burritos.
Listen, it's obvious she doesn't have a place. Cheryl, I'm sorry. We focused too much on rock balls.
I have a place. I just wanted a burrito.
And don't you guys worry about baby Xena Mellencamp
Xena.
Xena, it's spelled with an X. Yeah.
Love it. That's beautiful.
I got a place for her right here. And he pulls back like a skin flap on his tummy. And little baby Xena pokes her head out.
I'm definitely y'all seen Matrix 1? What's her face?
The Matrix?
What with the short hair and it says
Trinity?
not like this?
No, the other one. Yeah.
The other girl in the movie.
I just heard that it was important for the bonding process for babies to have kangaroo time, so I made a pouch.
Toby just looks at you and leaves.
Parents are gonna think that joke's so fucking funny.
Don't leave, Toby. This place is creeping me out.
Why so, Cheryl?
Sorry,
Why would you
Cheryl.
say that?
Oh, why is everything dead?
Yeah,
What do you-
Harlan
Oh,
planted
I'm
a copse of apple trees, which directly contradicted him saying he never threw the apple core. But
I think
everything's
it's
and
a
now
natural-
I have a
Well,
twig.
hold on, Toby. Hold on 1 second. Which version of that history did you read? Because in the version I read, they went back on Clinker's airboat, very not nice like this one, and they had gone more around Carr, and that's where they buried him.
Oh. No, I did not read Clinker's account.
Cheryl's real good at history.
Oh, I love history. I'm very into genealogy, which is very difficult when you have litters of 8 or 9 at a time. But I am fascinated by it.
Well, Cheryl, you've just, I don't want to be rude because you're welcome here until the end of time, but you've definitely made yourself worthwhile, and I don't know a better way to say that, and I admit it is shitty the way I said it, and I'm sorry.
Oh, that's okay, Dumpling.
Oh, stop.
You don't worry about it. You're so cute. Look at that little chin hair you got growing.
Cheryl, you're a treasure.
Stop.
I want to smooch her a little bit. Can I smooch her? Can I smooch her?
Oh, should we take our headphones off? But I'm gonna leave one in. Michael fucks Michael.
That's a separate podcast.
Okay, the Patreon only.
Yeah.
And I've been
There's a
enjoying
podcast,
Dragon's
every episode
Patreon.
we come up with 2 new characters and they fuck by the end.
All right, let's
Every
see.
single one.
Stannis Baratheon and Sonic the Hedgehog. It's always someone and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Original
Or
comic.
Knuckles.
Original character. Do not steal.
Yeah. Stannis
Don't
the
like-
Hedgehog. That's funny to me. That's it. That's funny.
That's their baby.
I'm gonna have a heart attack. Stannis
So
the
does
Hedgehog.
anyone need to do anything else before we get to this place?
I miss Jennifer.
Cheryl, I'm going to take the baby to fight the Lich.
Kicks off the boat.
Never too early.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say,
why don't we go back to our room and we'll discuss that, Steve?
Okay.
I'm gonna send I'm consistently sending letters to Bucky, and it's basically updates. It's basic AWOL instant messenger updates, like, hey man, super lame up here, or clouds, things like that.
Do you ever sing
And-
like song lyrics?
No, I do not, but I do set my away message to like song lyrics that are like,
Look
if
at
you-
this photograph.
if you're looking
Every
at this
time
photograph-
it makes you laugh. Yeah.
Every 3 messages you send him, you get like 1 back, and it's very short, and it just has some like weird images on it, like pictograph.
He uses memes
Not-
back.
Right, and you don't really understand them most of the
Bucky
time.
is trying to be meta as hell to invent cannons, but like, excuse me, Toby's being meta as hell to invent cannons, but Bucky invented emoticons, just like that, like without even trying. Like it's in my mind, an eggplant's a dick.
What?
How? Anyways,
So this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just want to talk to Toby super fast.
Yeah.
okay, so after we fought, I maybe hit her in the chin, and she's like, "I felt that."
It's
I
the
did
first
it!
time I felt since Aludra left.
Yes, you did it.
Toby, I just want to know if you could just keep your eye out for anything weird that happens. I feel like I can trust you for this.
I think so too. I'm sorry, but a lot of this is weird. If you could maybe
something weirder.
Okay, always, definitely always.
Or just
but
anything that maybe just like jumps out at you or like makes your hair on the back of your neck tingle.
Well, a lot of things do. I want to do an insight check to make sure, because I want to try and figure out specific. Oh, I'm really bad at that. I feel like Jaela's holding something back. Ooh,
sure.
14, just to make sure, like she means something. She's not telling me, and I'm like, there's more to this.
Jaela, make a deception.
Deception. I rolled a 2, so I got a 5.
Nice.
So you definitely know that I'm hiding something.
Jaela, I'm not. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but I'm not super good with people. But I think you want to tell me something specific.
I just want you to keep an eye out for anyone who isn't already on the ship.
What? You
That's
mean
all.
there's like stowaways or?
No, I don't think that they're always here. But if you see anyone that you don't normally see on the ship, you just let me know.
Jaela, I need you to trust me, and I don't understand what you're saying at all. What you're saying right now is you think that like something that doesn't exist is here? That sounds very weird.
I mean, well, like you can do magic, so I don't know if
Thank
maybe
you.
this is just magic.
What do you, Jaela? Stop it!
What?
And he throws the practice wooden sword down. Tell me what you mean right now. This is not cool. You were doing that whisper thing for 3 weeks, and that was shitty. But then you told me that it was all a part of the plan. And if I am a part of the crew, you have to tell me, please.
Well,
What do you mean? I need you to know right now. I'm not happy.
Toby, I'm sorry that you're not happy, but there are some things that I just can't tell you. And this is something that I don't even know what it is. I don't know. I maybe saw a ghost. Who knows? Who knows what it is? And I sound like a crazy person now that I say it.
Jaela, I trust you. I don't always agree with you. I need you to take your time and exactly tell me what happened. If other people take their headphones off, that's chill with me.
Yeah, careful.
Again?
No, you're fine.
We'll never see Rowan at this pace.
I maybe saw a ghost. I don't know.
You saw a ghost. That's what I'm hearing. What?
Yeah,
ghost
I
did
think
you
I saw a ghost. A ghost of, I don't know. It was like someone your size. It was like you, but it wasn't you. So I don't know. If you see anything weird, you just let me know.
Well, I appreciate you trusting in me, and well, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Things are very strange around here, and the closer we get to the Lich, it seems like the stranger things will get. So, thank you for trusting in me.
And like, I'm sorry. I don't want you to not feel like you're part of the group because you are. I just feel like a lot of other stuff got handled. You know, with like Aludra, and now she's gone, and Harper's gone, and Tom's gone, and everyone's gone, and I don't know. It's weird. I don't know, but I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad Steve's here, and Cheryl, and Winston, and Baby Xena.
Baby Xena, I'm most glad Baby Xena is here. You should bring a baby on a dangerous mission to fight a Lich.
Nothing.
I'm kidding. You shouldn't do that, but I would miss Steve, and I'm glad they're all here, and I never wanted children, and I still don't, but I'm glad that I'm around one, and I love Xena, and I would die for her. Which I don't like.
As you say that,
I die for her first.
Steve, no! Why are you here? What are those? That box of bananas!
the sun is setting, and up ahead you see what looks like a small settlement next to a just massive graveyard that just goes on for what seems to be miles. And the settlement, there are lots of torches going up and stuff.
Ooh.
And as you fly closer and closer, it seems like people seem fairly panicked, and they're like running around and I don't know. It seems like there's from your vantage, it looks like there's ants crawling over everything, but it's people and they're running around like crazy down there.
We should go help them or see what's going on. I don't know that they need help.
Sure, definitely. A hero responds to things like this. Steve?
Yeah?
Radical. We have but 2 griffins, but I weigh but 9 pounds. Oh, I had too many treats.
You have 3 griffins and a Pegasus.
Oh,
yeah, and I can fly.
Oh,
We're
that's
fine.
right. Yo, I think we need to make the dirty deeds done dirt cheap famous. Enough of this Atlanta Falcons shit. Come on, let's go, baby. That is weird. That's a football team in the Earth, and I hate the Earth. It's bad there.
Okay. Can this be a moment where, like, Jaela hesitantly puts one hand in, waiting to see if anyone else will put a hand in, too?
Toby doesn't understand if he puts both hands in.
Oh, perfect. This is great.
And his giant puppy dogs, Puss in Boots' eyes, are staring at Jaela.
I'll put a hand in, but it's not one that's attached to either of my arms. It's like on my hip.
Oh no! It's a spare hand.
A giant orc hand comes in.
And she says, "Dirty deeds done cheap." And
Dirt
then
cheap.
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap.
That's the boat.
Oh.
That specifically describes how cheap.
It's dirt. I mean, if you don't want the D to be cheap, you want important. Let's do it, man. All right.
It's not D3PC. Dirty deeds done pretty cheap.
That's true. Jaela, you fucked up, and you have to own that.
God damn it! I tried. Okay.
I wish you would.
I tried with you, Toby. I tried with the catch line.
Well, good thing it's my boat. Anyways, I'm gonna get on the least scary bird.
I think that's Sparkles.
Sparkles.
That was Aludra's Griffins. That sounds correct.
Hello, my lady.
Yeah, where's Ivy Blue Moon?
She's here.
She's there.
Oh, who's riding Ivy Blue Moon?
Me.
I thought you said you could fly, so you didn't need to.
I can fly, but given the opportunity, I would like to pet on my beautiful diabetic horse.
So is Steve gonna ride Peter or
Bruno Mars?
Bruno Mars?
Two good choices.
I think he'll. Steve feels obligated to own up to Bruno Mars.
To own up. Bachmann is forever shackled with it. Therefore, all of his characters will.
And Peter's left behind. Oh, so sad.
Oh, so sad.
All right, you guys fly off on your griffins and Pegasi.
I close my eyes and just hold on tight.
And where are you flying?
Down to the people.
Okay, as you get closer, you see there appears to be a almost like makeshift wall surrounding the settlement, and there's a man who is like walking along the top of the wall, and he's just like barking orders at people, and he's like this looks weak over here. Put something on it and do things over there, and he's like yelling all these really orders, just as good as I just did.
He killed me. So I can't imagine anything better than that.
And Jaela, you recognize this to be a man that you met one time when you went to visit a Dracula named
Is this Denton?
Denton. Yep. And he's like barking orders and telling people to do things to this wall to shore it up. And you also notice leaning against a pole is a tall, tan half elf. You can't make out her freckles from here.
Oh God! I look at Toby and I say, "Toby, that man up there, you'll love him. He whispers all the time."
I don't particularly like whispering. It unsettles me. That's weird that you think I'd like that.
Oh, and also, these are our friends. Backup. Companions?
Well, now who you're talking to. What do you mean these are our friends and our backup? I'm your friend. Are you telling me that these are our friends and our backup? Oh,
no, you asked if people were really meeting us to be our backup. These are our friends, our backup.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Misunderstood. Who's that curly-haired, freckled, having dark-skinned lady.
Am I still like a distance?
What with a
from
bow?
them? Can I
Who's
hear
whispering?
this, or am I? How far away am I?
You can definitely see some griffins flying down
Okay.
towards you. I don't
Okay.
think you can quite hear them yet.
Okay.
I'm screaming.
Who's that? Who's that?
But let's say you guys come in for a landing, and
Okay,
you
sure.
can all see each other.
Jaela,
Sup?
I knew
Hey,
you'd be
Rowan.
back.
Some things have changed, but thanks for being around to help us out.
We'll just have to evaluate how you do, see if you can, join my team.
Who's this?
Oh.
XY Adventuring Company, get it? Because we're girls. I workshop in it. I'm sorry. I'm a little hungover right now.
What's happening? This isn't happening, right? This is not. This is.
Who is this guy?
This isn't. Jaela, this is
This
not.
is Toby.
Well, hey there, Toby. How are you?
I'm good.
This guy seems a little sullen. I think he needs a drink in him or something. I'm Rowan. Nice to meet you.
I'm Toby Treacletart. I saved the earth.
Wow. I didn't know that you hung around with such an impressive crew, Jaela.
Jaela,
I mean-
What?
Is this who you?
What's Steve doing right now?
I'm tending to the baby.
You really brought the baby down.
Yeah.
You should have looked on the ship where it's totally
Listen,
safe,
she's
not
still-
where
she's
there's a
still in
wall.
the pouch. I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I forgot she was in there. I'm a bad dad.
Okay, so this is actually on us. We thought you were a male kangaroo. Turns out you're a male seahorse, and that's on us. So.
Whoops.
Hello, strange lady. My name is Toby Treacletart, and that is my ship in the sky.
Wow. Very impressive. I might need to borrow that from you sometime, depending on how all this goes and how quickly I need to get to see some people after this all goes down. We'll talk about it later.
What do you mean borrow?
From the top of the tower, the man in the black feathery cloak screams at the top of his lungs, like, "God damn it, Rowan! Could you fucking help? There's going to be 1,000 zombies here in mere minutes. What are you doing? Who are these people?"
I told you I was hung over. God. This fucking guy.
Rowan, I loved you in Mr. Bean.
That joke felt anachronistic, but I'm
This,
here for it.
I can't tell if this pile of body parts is a part of my
Oh.
Well, that's
imagination, or
Yeah,
I'm hallucinating, or what's happening
you're not-
right now.
You're not a commoner, but that's Steve. Actually, Steve, I don't know why I introduced you. I'm sorry for that.
Because I'm Steve. Hi.
Oh, you have
That's fine. You can introduce me. Whatever you want.
there's
It
a
is-
baby there
In
in
his
your
belly.
flaps.
In his belly.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
As
baby. It's my
as
daughter.
you say this thing, you hear a loud slamming noise, and the wall shifts. It looks like a foot or two, and it like sways back, and people are screaming, and like through like a little crack in the wall, like a hand bursts through, and you realize that there are literally like 1,000 zombies trying to break into this wall. And that is where we're going to end
Damn it!
our episode.
Ooh.
I should not have brought a baby here.
I do love when we first start. It's like, man, we've been 2 minutes in the first episode. I'm too tired. I can't believe we're going to do 2 episodes. How are we going to do this? And by the time we're at the final episode, I'm like, let's do 4 more.
That was the end.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We
again,
should just do a weekend and just do 8 hours.
Yeah, just go 8 hours straight.
one time I pitched the maniac Michael DiMauro on what if we kickstarted our plane tickets to like
Yep.
record every episode
live in person.
Live in person, but like we're every like 3 months.
Yeah.
And he like figured out how much it costs, and I'm like, you have a sickness, and I love you, and let's never
let's not do
let's
this.
never do that. But any dang way. As most of you have already skipped this part in the episode, I'm going to read a whole bunch of feedback, and again, since it's in 2017, we need to hear much more positive things, and the cops are outside.
They're coming for us right now.
So, again, if you fast forward to this part where we read all the feedback, go back to the beginning. And that's the actual episode. This part is just bonus.
Every week we have somebody tweet at us saying how happy they are that they heard their thing read, and so it always makes me happy.
And those tweets I like. It's when someone mentions that the review was more interesting than what we said, and the issue is that always happens. Anyways, I'm just gonna get going again. If you're just fast forwarding to here, listen to the whole episode.
Pyre is a good analogy for the Soviet Union. Like, that is true.
Yeah, Michael is the smartest man in the world.
I'm gonna take that.
Yeah. Okay. Ponyboy's Dead says, I'm in love. You guys are the best and give me the biggest dragon boner. Dickhead. DTA2US. Guess it's time to write this. Hope it gets read.
Sorry.
What do I gotta say about it?
I said Ponyboy, you're gonna have a new mom because Ponyboy's dad said he's in love.
Oh.
Damn. So I randomly found this podcast on Google Music and listened to episode 2 of 3 back in March. Only listened to about 30 minutes, but fell in love with the podcast that I immediately went to episode 1. And start from the beginning, fast forward to October, now, LOL. And I'm on episode 208, running a somewhat monthly game series at work and with my family of my patrons from work. I work as a programs librarian aboard a military installation in North Carolina, so we don't have a lot of D&D players there. This podcast got me into Dungeons & Dragons so much that I am buying books for work and all supplies. Thank you much. Bloody Moo Moo says, shiny round. I like a shiny round. Bopple Snooty.
I did an uncanny bear charger last week when Bachmann wasn't here.
Oh, it's so true.
It was perfect, actually.
I remember that.
Bopple Snooty says, best podcast out there. I was told about this podcast by someone in my 5e group and have been listening for the past 2 months. I don't usually write reviews, but after episode 160, I just couldn't help myself. I was super sad when Tom the Dragonborn died, but the tragic and untimely death of Bananas Foster was so funny that it made it worth it. Keep up the good work, 777. Rekazan says, can't get enough. Always a joy to listen to. Good comedy and great tabletop banter. Fun people and welcoming to everyone, especially at GeeklyCon. Pat, my body from the United Kingdom says, I'm in the past. I'm at episode 1 about 3 months ago. Never listened before. Currently on episode 83 and made a joke about nobody buying Dynasty Wars other than 10. You're wrong, Mike. I wonder if you guys still even read out feedback to you in 150 episodes.
Dang.
I am a spleen, says so good. I've played D&D for decades and can make high-level Pathfinder characters for fun. But these nerds are my favorite. I read Jennifer's tweets while I'm drinking my morning coffee, and I think Michael would be a great cuddler. Bachmann, put some pants on.
Okay.
Shayla Panda from the United States says, better than TV. I've been listening for almost 6 months and I'm almost caught up. I just wanted to shout out to the host how important this show has been for me. Listening has been the positive of my day, and even though I'm not all the way caught up, listening has got me through the day. The cast is amazing. I hope there are many more years to come. Fall Morning from Canada says, Beyond Obsessed, good day, mate. I've been listening to this podcast for about 2 months, and I've made it to episode 100. There's something about Tim shrieking that keeps me coming back. Thrifty, you're too good for this world. Thank you for filling my D&D void. AH819643 from the United States says, delightful escape from my dark past. When the horrors of my adolescence threaten to overcome me, this goofy podcast helps me forget my troubles. I like to have a lawful good time.
Does that mean they're an adolescent?
Oh,
I don't
man,
know.
I'm so
I actually
sorry.
do not think that is what that means. Wookiee Monster 2, and I think it's darker. Wookiee Monster 2 from the United States says, great story in RP. I can't believe I haven't left a review yet. Could have sworn I had. Better late than never. Someday I hope to make a GeeklyCon in Columbus, which is in November-ish or whatever. I don't remember. Someday. It's in July. Is it in July? I don't remember. When is it?
July.
C. Garch from the United States says, it gives me laughs out loud. It's a fantastic D&D podcast, but what does the DM...
But why?
Huh?
Why does the DM get to play all the characters?
Why does DM get to play all the characters?
Everyone gets to play at least one.
Yeah. You play all of us, though, if you think about it. Tevontion says, great podcast. Recently discovered my love for D&D podcasts and instantly fell in love with this one. And honestly, as a diabetic, I find the inclusion of Princess Ivy Bloom hilarious. Has Jaela considered getting her an insulin pump? She won't
Damn, we should do that. Can I get her a magical insulin pump +1?
She won't need as many shots. LOL. But all in all, great podcast. Ag 32 39 from United Kingdom says, listen with caution, I have to pause this podcast while drinking because of how many times I've spat my drink from laughing. The last time was when Steve mournfully says, I miss Tom. And Jaela consoles me saying, well, we all miss things about Tom. It's been incredibly fast forwarding through all 4 years of podcasts over the last few months since I discovered it. P.S. Congratulations, Bachmann. And that's all of it, baby.
Thanks.
That's very good. I like how you really chewed up those reviews. That was nice.
Well,
you enjoyed them. You savored them.
I found out that most people just, again, skip most of our episodes. And they listen to one too many episodes of Comedy Bang Bang.
And they're all about reviews. Crazy for reviews.
And then once,
so fun.
Yeah. And then once the Giant Beast Cast started doing their postcard thing, people just were like, maybe every podcast you just skip to the end. I don't know. So
give it to me. Thank you, everybody. If you want to talk to us, we're on Twitter. We're at GeeklyInc or at D&D Podcast. I'm at Thrifty Nerd.
I'm at Tim Lanning.
I'm at Jennifer Cheek.
I'm at Nika_Howard.
I'm at the Mike Bachmann.
Didn't get your fill of action and adventure in this episode of Drunks and Dragons? Well, make sure to head over to GeeklyInc.com where you can find other thrilling podcasts, the hottest nerd news, fan art to make you blush, and gear to level up your adventuring quest. When you've finished fashioning your kangaroo pouch for baby Xena, head on over to iTunes to leave us a 5-star rating and review. Also, don't forget to head over to patreon.com/D&D podcast where you can donate a monthly amount to help us make this podcast better with each episode. New episodes come out every Monday, so go subscribe, get your quest log filled, and get ready for things to get dicey.
Thank you, everybody. We will be back next week. Until then, keep it dicey.
I opened Spotify. That seemed wrong.
Stop and export?
Yeah.
Stop and export.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I think it's weird that we're going to do 2 more tonight, but
I've got more
material. Ready.
Steve has jumped into the dab portal. He's gone.
He's been gone.
Sorry, I'm sure you guys just said it out loud, but what episode was this?
236.
I am.
You know what we're about to do? Do you know what we're about to do?
What?
250?
We're about to do a skill challenge.
Yeah. As long as it's not your tired 4th edition skill challenges, I'm fine with it.
I thought it was gonna happen during episode 1.
Wait, how many bullet points did we get through?
At all.
You dolt.
I got through. I thought we would end episode 1 with the skill challenge.
That's hilarious.
Instead, you got
we gotta stretch it out.
Yeah.
Which one of us is exporting as just D&D episode number?
Nika.
Oh.
It literally says who uploads it.
No, it doesn't.
Think highly of herself.
It does not.
No, it's because I know if you look at it, it will say who uploads it right next to it.
No, it doesn't, because when you first look at it, it just says the names. So
Isn't that more offensive that I just put Michael on the episode number?
Oh, man.
I love you, Mike Bachmann.
Yeah.
What?
I said I love you, Mike Bachmann.
Thanks for coming, even though you're tired as fuck.
Hey, it's fine. I'm gonna be on Inks and Issues tomorrow talking about Power Rangers, so whatever.
So you're happy. That's all you want. Forget fucking D&D. You only want to talk about Power Rangers.
I do. You know what? If we could just pivot this over to a Power Rangers podcast, I think it'd be
Give it to
good
Power
for
Rangers.
both the show, our audience, us.
I think they'd like it.
What's really inside?
Yeah.
This arc is actually going to be mostly Power Rangers.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
I did like that I was not super in this episode, so that I could take this time to study how my character works.
I have a bow and arrow.
What? No, I it's just getting used to the way I took a feat this time, so I gotta remember how to do that. Remember
Feats
that's
are
the thing
fun.
available to me. Yeah, I can do some cool shit. I can really fuck up some monsters. That is for sure.
Especially
I
the
feel like-
arrow.
Yes.
Rowan and Jaela can be just murder buddies together.
Yeah, it might be bad. They might not be good influences on each other, actually.
Well, anticipate some Dragon Age 2 style. There's 4 more guys that just showed up.
Oh,
After you
man.
guys expended your blah blah blah
Yeah.
blah bullshit.
I'm imagining Toby's gonna be really cranky about it, though.
Why waste your oaths on these things? You know we're gonna be attacked
It's
again.
fun as hell.
Yeah.
Because it's so much fun just watching them explode when one arrow hits
You're
them.
focus firing, which is smart, but again,
I also want to point out, just again, we were landing, or you guys were landing at like dusk, right, in the evening, and Rowan said she was hungover.
one of those
She knows how to have a
long
good time.
days.
long hangover.
You know she
Anyways,
enjoys hanging out with Denton all the time.
her best friend Denton.
Yeah.
Was he
didn't
wearing a
have
feather cloak with
Yes.
feathers on it?
Yeah, the
Oh,
the
Raven
Raven
Queens. They
Queen.
fucking
Queen.
dress like birds, like
Yeah.
idiots.
Yeah,
I
Raven.
want pizza.
You don't have any.
Go get pizza.
I'm gonna put a lizard on my head and make that kid's face. I had never seen that kid in motion, and that really fucked me up.
Yeah, no, I've only ever seen pictures of him.
I didn't like it.
He has a good face.
He has a very good face.
Good reaction face.
Fucking good.
All right.
All right, kids. Love
to
you.
go to
See
bed.
you.
Love you
I don't know.
guys.
When are we
Good
recording
making
next?
art
I think
tonight.
the 30th is the next time there was
Yeah.
card.
Monday, right?
Yes.
All right. Monday the 30th. We'll see each other again.
Wear your Halloween costumes.
Yeah.
And that goes for you in the Twitch chat.
You
All of
better
you.
do it. I'll know if
We
you
want to see
don't.
those costumes.
Yeah. I'm hungry.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.